What's up guys, Austin here, and today I'm going to be showing you how I keep all my 3D printing stuff organized. From how I store my filament and tools to the shelves that I've added in to store additional filament, this covers everything I've done so far. Let's get into it. So about 3 months ago, I moved into a new house and my office closet didn't really need to be a traditional closet. So I went ahead and ripped out the old dated wire shelves and replaced them with slimmer wood shelves to open up way more space underneath. It made a huge difference in how big the closet feels, and the whole thing only cost me about 60 bucks in material. If you want to see that full build, I did a video on it. It was my first video I posted on the channel. Be sure to check that out. Next, I knew really quickly as I started printing more things, I was going to need a lot of storage for filament. I did a ton of research on filament storage to see what other people were doing, and I wanted something that wouldn't break the bank. Turns out there are a ton of IKEA Billy bookshelf hacks out there, and luckily I have an IKEA nearby. The hack I went with uses a print by Cookie Deluxe on MakerWorld. Each print only takes about 18 grams of filament and about maybe a little over 2 hours to print. I'd recommend printing at least 2 on a build plate if you can. For the filament supports, the maker recommends using PVC pipe, but I just went ahead and used 3/4 inch wooden dowels because I figured it would work just as well and actually kind of look better too. Then whatever you decide, you cut each piece down to 13.5 inches. Each shelf takes 8 pieces, or you can just remove one of those shelves and leave the IKEA shelf that it comes with in there, and that'll just give you space for other things. You'll just lose about 5 rolls of filament storage, because in total each bookshelf holds 20 filament spools. So since I have 2, 40 spools total, and as you can see, I barely have 1 filled up right now, so should be plenty for my needs. If I ever outgrow that, I guess I'll reassess when I get there. But for now, it's more than enough. The bookshelf in the middle where my bamboo P1S sits is an IKEA Kallax Shelf. That ran me about 45 bucks. It's the perfect depth for the printer. And I like that it gives me the open shelves underneath, so if anything falls down there, I can easily access it, which is a nice bonus. Now, as with many of us with printers know, printer poop is a real thing. I got a 3D printed poop chute that's mounted to the left side of the printer. That way all the little filament poops don't have to fall down to the floor. It works surprisingly well, and it keeps things from piling up around the printer or on the floor. Next up is how I store my Pet G. I found this really awesome print by Odin Stamp 3D on MakerWorld that turns a normal cereal box into a dry box for filament storage. The roll slides in nicely. There's a space below it to store Dessicant, and it even has a little slot for a hydrometer so that you can check the humidity level without opening the container. That way you always know when it's time to swap out your Dessicant. Each print for these takes a little over 2 hours and about 60 grams of filament. I was able to print 3 at a time on my P1S, which saved a lot of time. I'll link to the exact cereal containers because the maker links to, I think, some UK Amazon. So yeah, it was a little hard kind of finding the exact one size that would actually work with this print. So play it safe. Use the one that I link in the description and it should work fine. Over to the right, I keep my Dessicant tools and most of my everyday 3D print tools, like the scraper, the filament measuring tool, that kind of thing. Having it all in one spot means I'm not digging around every time I need something. I do have this other shelf over here that's basically my overflow and general workspace area. It handles my eBay shipping supplies and my server rack, which is entirely 3D printed, by the way, and runs all my home network stuff. It's not really part of the printing organization setup, but it shares the space, and I'm still kind of figuring out how I want it laid out. So quick cost rundown on everything. Overall cost to rip out the wire shelving and install the simple wooden shelves from Lowe's cost about 60 bucks. The total for a Billy bookshelf and the wooden dowels was, again, roughly about 50 to 60 bucks. The Kallax shelf from IKEA was another 45 bucks. The 6 cereal containers were only $25. You can usually get these on sale, so if they're not on sale, maybe wait. Definitely more reasonable than a lot of the other filament storage solutions that I've seen out there though. Overall though, this was a really affordable way to get started and get myself organized so I could really start doing some major 3D printing projects. That's pretty much it for the full tour. I mean, it is a closet, so there wasn't too much to show, but I'm kind of having it as like a growing thing right now, and I know there's still room for upgrades. I basically want to turn it into like a cool craft room over time. So if you see this space and you have any ideas for me, feel free to throw them at me in the comments. For now though, I'm just kind of letting it grow to fit my needs. I actually got this idea for a video from one of my subscribers, Hero Brian. I think I said that right. So thank you for the suggestion. If anyone else has ideas for videos they'd like to see, please feel free to let me know. Thank you if you've watched this far into the video, and thanks to everybody that's subscribed so far. If you're not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button to see what I come up with next. I'm always doing things around the house and trying to solve problems with 3D printing. Until next time guys, peace.